And my name is Veronica Marie. All right, good morning, limited edition. I am a fitness coach, a nutrition coach, an emotional wellness coach, and a feminine wisdom mentor. And I'm here to help you live a healthy and a happy life. And today I want to talk about expanded awareness. If you want to work with me, you can have a look at the link in my profile. I offer one-on-one coaching. People who follow me are interested in astrology, metaphysics, energetics, psychology, the subconscious, shadow work, all of those things. People who follow me are interested in that. So if that's you, you landed in the right place. If it's not you, then gracefully move along. There are two types of awareness I deal with. One is an expanded awareness, one is a contracted awareness. And it's important for you to understand the difference. Number one, what the difference is, but how the difference feels inside of you so that you can shift out of some experiences that you don't want to have, like anxiety, like stress, like fear. Okay, this is super important because anxiety, stress, and fear are part of this time-space reality, but we can use it to our benefit when we know what to do with it. Hey, Flirty Diana, how you doing? Good morning. So what I'm asking of you guys that are here, because I'm about to give you some good information, tap the screen, okay? Share the video. I would like at least 5 people to share the video. Okay, and then remember, I accept TikTok gifts, I accept donations, I accept gifts off my Amazon wish list because I am in service to you and I like to set up an exchange. And what I want to let you know and remind you is that I offer one-on-one coaching when you need it, okay? And you can find that link in my profile, veronicamarie.com. All right, so let's get started. So we have this expanded awareness and contracted awareness. If you're ready, say I'm ready. Your expanded awareness is super important. So let's start from the beginning, okay? We understand that we have a spirit, and our spirit is the indestructible part of us. It's the infinite part. It's the part that existed before we were ever conceived in our mother's wombs, right? Hey, Inevitable AJ, where you been? Let's stop the press because you just came in. Where have you been? Okay? All right. So we have, see how dramatic I was with that? We have an indestructible spirit and an infinite spirit. Okay? And our spirit is the part of us that existed before we were conceived in our mother's womb. Before the sperm and the egg came together to give us a human suit, we existed. We existed as spirit. And in spirit, and I got to set this up, in spirit, we don't have this separation, and I want to say perceived separation, because we are not really separate, okay? But we perceive this energy vibrating in this way by our skin as separation, okay? But we're not really separate because physics tells us that atoms are empty space. It's energy. Okay, but the way you experience this vibration as you feel separate, and we get that, all right? But I want to put you in the mind of what's true, okay, outside of this human experience. So you have this indestructible part of you, and we call it your spirit. I refer to it as the higher self. The higher self is not localized in a body, okay? So the higher self is not associated with the brain. Your higher self exists independently of the thoughts that are perceived by your brain. This is super important. If you're still here, say I'm still here, because I'm going somewhere with this. And if you want more, you can sign up for coaching, one-on-one coaching. I am here for you. I'm also setting up a community where all of my videos can be archived and you can access them by topic. I'm getting that set up. I just haven't decided on the format. I have several format set up, but I'm not sure which one is best. So you're going to be able to access the whole library pretty soon, okay? So our spirit is not associated with our brain. There's a part of us that is associated with our brain, and that part of us is our ego, our shadow, all right, and our persona. But the higher self is not associated with that. The higher self is who you are, the part of you that is going to exist even after this body goes away, because it existed before your body even began. It's the most important part. All the parts are important, don't get me wrong. But when we're trying to live a life of peace with a sense of wellness, then there's a few things we have to understand and really tap into. One is universal laws. Hey, babe, how you doing? One is the universal laws. All right, we got to learn universal laws, and we have to understand ourselves. We got to do those two things. There are other things to do, but if there were anything I could recommend, I would say learn the parts of the self and universal laws. All right, so going back to this higher self. Hey, Queen, what's up? Your higher self is your spirit, and your spirit is not associated with your brain, and so your higher self, therefore, is not governed by your brain. Your higher self came here to have an experience as a human. Your higher self didn't come here just for any experience. Hey, love. Your higher self came here for a particular role and purpose. Okay? And because of that, your human has to have some experiences. Your human suit has to have certain experiences to attain the qualities as a human in order to live as your higher self as a human. Do you understand what I'm saying? Your higher self wants to be expressed through your humanness. But your human is not attuned to that frequency. Your human is attuned to the frequency of this time-space reality based upon what you have seen, heard, been taught, and experienced. So, this human suit, then, once we get an idea, an orientation of where we are, has to be then reprogrammed. Because without the reprogramming, you're not going to live according to your higher self expressed as a human. You're going to live as a human who is unevolved, or a human who is unconscious, a human who has to depend on the masses, a human who is not autonomous. And when you are not autonomous, you're going to constantly search for peace. Let's talk about the collective mind right quick. Hey, Tropical Storm. The collective mind is an entity. It's an entity that humans have created through their agreement. We have agreed that we call this color blue. We have agreed that this feeling is called pain. We have agreed that this thing right here is called skin. We have had some agreement, and in that agreement, we are unconscious because we haven't really dissected the agreement. We just accept it as reality because that's what we told, that's what we've been taught. Let me give you an example. There was a point in time in my life where respect was of the utmost importance. You're going to respect me. You're not going to disrespect me. Respect, respect, respect. Okay? I was going to have a problem with you if you was trying to disrespect me. But I was taught that respect was of the utmost importance. From where? My parents. You're going to respect me. Okay? Then one day, I was in so much emotional difficulty because someone close to me was disrespecting me. And I was being enlightened during that time. And I remember watching a video that said, you need to examine everything you think you know. Because the Bible says a man that thinks he knows something will soon find he knows nothing at all. Why is that? Why is that? It's because we've been conditioned. And when you take the conditioning off, you see that some of that stuff you be fussing about don't even matter. Rich risings to you. You find out, good living, you find out some stuff that you thought was unimportant is actually important. You start finding out that you've been living some illusions and experiencing some unnecessary stuff. And when I say unnecessary, I don't mean that you didn't need it. When I say unnecessary, what I'm really saying, let me put that in a different way. You had options. And you didn't know you had options. So the person would disrespect me, and I felt I didn't have a choice but to feel upset because after all, they disrespected me. Somebody needs to hear this. So one day I was like, you know what? What is respect? You see, instead of focusing on what this person is doing, I need to understand what's really going on inside of me. Okay? So what is respect? What isn't respect? So I started pulling from my mind. I didn't go straight to a dictionary or nothing. I started pulling from my mind. What is respect? What is disrespect? I started asking other people, especially the ones that agreed with me. My parents, my brother, my family. Okay? Because your tribe conditions you. All right? So I started looking at this thing, and then I realized something. I was like, what if a person disrespects me and I let it? Then what? Let's say they really are disrespecting me. What does that mean? Y'all listening? What does that mean? Let's say they disrespected me. How is that harming me? Let's say they lied in this situation. I have to start dissecting the thing. All right? Am I saying walk around and be okay with people lying and stuff like that? Don't take it there, please. I'm trying to help somebody who needs this. So then I realized, I went to my parents, back to my parents, and I realized as a child, they would demand respect. But some of the stuff, as I go back to examine it, or went back to examine it, wasn't really respect issues. It was stuff they didn't like. It was stuff they didn't want to hear. Because when I looked at my children, when my children could tell me something, right? My children, if you know already, that's cool. But I'm talking to somebody who doesn't know. Because if you've been programmed a certain way, you don't really know. And you're reacting off of a program. You're on autopilot. So I allow my children to speak to me about whatever they want to talk about. Let's say I said, go clean your room. And they say, I don't want to clean my room. I let them say that. That's not disrespectful to me, right? That's not disrespectful if they say, I don't want to clean my room. All right, talking back, right? Go clean your room. Mom, I don't want to. That's not disrespect. That's them having a voice and saying what they don't want to do. Now, they could still choose not to clean that room and not be disrespecting me. But they already understand that there's a set of consequences that are going to come based upon that choice, because every consequence, every action has a consequence. Opposite but equal, it says, right? So you can tell me you don't want to clean your room. That's not disrespectful. But understand that you still have a choice. Yes. You have a choice, and you always have a choice. See, a lot of us were raised that we were forced to do something. When we always had a choice, it's just that it was presented to us as if we didn't have a choice, and the result was powerlessness, okay? I don't know why I'm going down this vein, but I'm going. So I can remember saying, my dad was so controlling. My dad was so controlling. Like, that was the narrative for years. And then I started talking to people who also had a parent who had ideals just like mine. And those people still stole their parents' car. They still jumped out the window. They still did whatever they wanted to do while I was in my room feeling controlled. Now, their parents had the same set of rules. They were not controlled, and I was. Let's have a look at that. I was controlled by fear of the consequence. That's a choice. Because I could have chosen, forget that, I'm still in this car, I'm going to this dance because that's what I want to do. But I didn't do that. I made a different choice because of my own fear of my dad. Those people had parents that I was afraid of too, but they wasn't afraid. It was always a choice. So was I being controlled? No. Am I saying you're never being controlled? No, I'm not saying that. What I am saying is that I always had a choice. And I want my children to know that they always have a choice. And whatever choices you make will result in some consequence. Sometimes we can predict the consequence. Sometimes we can't. Hey, how you doing? Liz, let's see what y'all talking about. Allowing them to voice. Yes, because I grew up in the I said so era. So it felt like you didn't have a choice. So you have lived with a perspective of nobody's going to control me. But you were never being controlled. So that's an illusion. Do you see that? Disrespect. Talking back or voicing myself to my parents would be seen as disrespect. But when I look back at it, that isn't disrespect at all. They just didn't like it. They didn't feel like hearing it. They didn't know what to do with it. They didn't have time for it. So they called it something that it wasn't. That's illusion. So I grow up repeating the same stuff. When people tell me something that I don't like, you ain't gonna disrespect me. When people do things that I don't want them to do, you disrespected me. But no, it's not disrespect. It's that you don't like it. Okay? People are doing things you don't like. Yes, goody two shoes. Yes. So, oh, wait, is that, I can't see. Is that Liz? I can't see. Y'all, I'm kind of blind without my glasses. Is this making sense? Is this making sense? So we're trying to increase your awareness so that you can shift in consciousness and live with a greater sense of peace. All right? So listen to this now. Listen to this. If I have a thought that what you tell me and I don't like is disrespect, and if you do things that I don't think you should do, that's disrespect. And let's say I isolate myself and I still think that. Let's say I isolate myself and I still think that these things are disrespect when they're not. I have isolated myself with illusion. Now, when I'm by myself, my illusions feel good to me because there's no one to challenge them. There's no one to make me feel like I'm not living according to truth. There's no one to make me feel uncomfortable. There's no one to disrespect me. No negative being around me. No negativity, okay? But you are isolated with that thought. So what's going to happen? You're going to be in years of isolation and it's so spiritual. And then guess what? You're going to come out and decide you're ready to talk to people now. And they're going to disrespect you. They're going to do what you don't like. They're going to do things that you think they shouldn't do. And you're going to feel upset about that. You see how you isolated yourself in your illusion rather than coming forward in awareness, right? So then after they get on your nerves enough, you're going to be like, oh no, I'm not going to let nobody disrespect me again. I'd rather be by myself. You're going to be by yourself with that attitude, okay? The attitude is in you. If you want to shift it, you got to examine the things that cause you discomfort. This is expanding your awareness. So now, going back to your spirit is vast. It's not connected to this brain. So your spirit will be telling you connect with a person, right? Yeah, Queen. Your spirit will be telling you connect with a particular person because your higher self knows that you need to come out of that illusion. All right? Stay with me. Hey, Courtney Late Bloomer, your spirit will say connect with this person. And you're going to think, oh, she's so pretty. He's so cute. They're so lovely. Oh, this is the best thing since sliced bread. And then guess what they're going to do? They're going to do the thing that you have been isolating with. They're going to do it. They're going to do it. And you're going to draw back into a contracted awareness and be like, see, that's why I don't deal with people. They're so lovely. And then I find out they're Aries. What? Oh my God. They Sag. What? They can't just let me be my own Aquarius self, happy, doing what I want. No, here they come. Sorry. Okay, I had to throw that in. Anyway, going back to it. Yeah, that's kind of what you did, but you do yours in a soft way. Okay, good. I'm glad you love it here because I do the most. Do I not? Okay, so I've just isolated myself with my illusion beliefs and it feels good and I feel like I'm healing. And then here comes a person doing the exact thing that triggers my illusion belief, and I don't know what to do with it. So I blame them. That's why I don't talk to people. That's why I don't like people. That's why I've been by myself for 40,000 years. Because people try to disturb your peace. This is what happens. And so I encourage you to expand. Okay? The world, contrary to what you think emotionally, when you are in your power seat, when you are empowered with emotional tools, when you understand energetic work, when you trust your intuition, the world is emotionally safe. What does that mean? Does that mean pain-free? No, because being pain-free is unrealistic. Pain is what happens when your illusions clash with truth. Pain is what happens when you feel powerless. Don't you need to know when you're in powerlessness so you could shift, okay? So we're not saying safe as in pain-free. But what I am saying is you came here to evolve. And you need these lessons. And the universe has designed for the lesson to come to you. You attracted it. You repelled whatever. Okay? And it's safe. It's safe when you trust yourself. Hey, Hassani. It's safe when you trust yourself. It is not safe when you try to trust other people. Why? Because other people need to do the same thing. Trust themselves. You need to learn how to get in alignment with all parts of your being and move forward according to your higher self and not fold in. But you do that when you're empowered. When you don't know what to do with emotions, when you don't know how to resolve conflict, when you don't know how to shift your perspective, you will contract. You will go into a contracted awareness right here, playing it close to the chest, not evolving and being stuck. But when you expand and you understand, number one, this universe is here to support you. And it's always supporting you. Number two, this life is not about getting things right. It's about evolution. Number three, then that means that there's no mistake that you can make. And anything that is being should be. Okay? Not only do you trust your intuition, but I think you need to start with universal laws. You need to start trusting the way this universe works. You need to learn how it works. I always tell y'all that story of my daughter. Like, she was about 4 or something, and she said she was going to fly by jumping down the hill. And so she kept jumping down the hill, but she wasn't flying, obviously. She would get blankets and parachute material and try to fly. She was determined to fly. But what she didn't understand is the law of gravity. Okay? The law of gravity is not going to let her fly. Okay? So if she wanted to fly, she would need to learn about gravity such that she could come up with a way to resist it. That's how we have rockets and planes and helicopters and drones and such. You learn the law and the intricacies of it, and then you discover how to use it to your benefit. But if you don't know the law, you're just like my daughter jumping down the hill, still trying to fly. You'll spend your whole lifetime doing that. Am I preaching or what? You will spend your whole lifetime trying to fly because you don't understand how this universe works. You got to learn how this universe works. When you don't know how the universe works, you feel anxious because you don't know what to expect. You don't know what's in your realm of influence. You don't understand your power. So you feel powerless and subject to other people doing things to you. Then you got a boundary. You got a boundary and cut people off too, because they might come in and try to hurt you with your own belief systems. They might come in and try to do the thing that you haven't worked through yet. They might come and cause you to be uncomfortable in illusion. Oh my God. You know, this light is very dramatic. That's why it's making me act like this. It's very theatrical. Oh my God. Let me stop. I'm done. Okay? Hey, Sway. How you doing? So we're talking about contracted and expanded awareness. Your spirit is expansive. Okay? I love you too. Hey, Evian. Your spirit is expansive, going back to that. And your spirit knows exactly what you need and when you need it. Okay? And your spirit does not steer you wrong. It's all needful and beneficial for your evolution. A lot of y'all think pain is wrong. So you're trying to snatch people out of their pain. Okay? Hey, Alicia. Yes, facts. You don't want to experience pain, right? So you don't want people to cause you pain, but they're not causing it. They're triggering the belief systems that cause it. You don't want other people to experience pain, so you're busy trying to snatch them out of their pain. They need it. You're trying to take on the burdens of the world. But the only way people evolve, right, is to have their experiences. Yes, a lot of people are afraid of their own spirit, but it's not their spirit that they're afraid of. They don't know how to deal with the unknown. Pain is information. Yep. So why are you draining yourself trying to carry other people's burdens? It ain't even for you to carry. It's not even for them to carry. Why are you allowing yourself to be drained and tired and burned out? Let me tell you something about the unknown. If you understand the law of pure potential and you understand your spirit, if you understand that, then you understand why the unknown is necessary. Because that's how you thrive. That's been a great source of empowerment to me. You don't fold in because there's something unknown about to happen. You thrive in the unknown. You were built for the unknown, literally. You are unlimited creativity, and the way the creativity comes is out of the darkness of your soul, the unknown, to meet today's issues, problems, concerns. That's where your creativity comes from, the unknown. Have you ever sat in front of a blank canvas and didn't know what you were about to paint? And you sat there and you were patient with it, and the thing began to come out of nowhere, and before you knew it, you were creating something. Even if it wasn't really what you wanted to create, you were creating something, drawing some lines, some circles, some dots. You were built for the unknown. That's your expanded awareness. I go forward into the unknown like, okay, self, what do I need to see that I don't see already? What's up in here? What do I need to know that I don't know already? What do I need to hear that I don't hear already? What do I need to feel that I don't feel already? What do I need to create? What wants to come through me? What is this about? Come on, let's go. Not, oh my God, what if I fall? What if this? I might fall. Then I need to be down there looking at what's down there too. I was built for this. And you're not talking to a person that doesn't understand the pain of loss. Okay? You're not talking to a person that has been given a business or given a happy relationship or given mindsets. You're talking about somebody who's been in it with you, still growing through it, still evolving. I'm telling you what I know. I'm not telling you what I read. I'm not telling you what somebody told me and I'm trying it. I'm telling you what I know. You thrive in uncertainty. That's the nature of your spirit. It's just that this human body gives us the illusion that we need to see. And sometimes you need to fall. And sometimes you didn't think you were going to fall and you fall. But falling is necessary. Okay? So in all of this, I want you to gather some strength in this. I'm telling you who you really are. You thrive in uncertainty. That's how you operate. That's why the uncertainty keeps coming. Because if you weren't born for it, it wouldn't come. You were built for this. And guess what? Even if you don't try, then try tomorrow. Something. Whatever. Not trying is a thing too. I mean, it's what we need. Everything is what we need. Everything is what we need. Everything is not what we want. Everything is not what we like. But everything is what we need for evolution. Now, you could cling to the fact that it shouldn't be that way. And the result is anxiety. There's got to be a certain level of surrender in us to a process. Yeah, build for it. Because if we weren't, then it would stop happening. But since I can remember, the unknown has always been a thing. There's so much we can't see, so much we can't hear, so much we can't feel. The unknown is part of this existence. You want to know people because you're trying to know and have some sense of control, but you can never know a person like you're trying to know them because they don't even know themselves all the way. I don't know the next thing that's going to come out my shadow. And that's why I say I'm not safe. I can't give you no safety because if something comes out of my shadow, and you don't like it, that's not going to be safe for you because you're trying to avoid pain. Meanwhile, I'm interested in discovering myself. So if you're asking me to remain the same so you could feel safe, no. I ain't the one. I thrive in the unknown. I do. And what's important to me is my evolution. I'm not safe. And the dark is beautiful. Okay? It's beautiful. It's where your creativity comes from. The very fact that we're human proves that the unknown is part of this game. Because we're localized. We have a localized consciousness. Our consciousness is localized. So I can't see into the next room. Now, my spirit could give me some insight. But with these eyes, I cannot see through the wall. There's unknown on the other side of that wall. When I walk outside, I could look all around and be aware. But there's some blind spots. Okay? And so, what I say is, if you need some support on this journey, some encouragement, some truth, if you need to learn some of these concepts because you're ready for a healthier and a happier life, then click the link in my profile and see how we can work together. Okay? Because you were built for uncertainty. Now it's time to power up, empower yourself to move according to your intuition. Your intuition, like I said when I first started, your intuition is not leading you to the perfect person. You don't even need the perfect person when you got all kind of illusions in you. What is perfect anyway? But I'm just saying, they'll come to you perfect and your illusions will destroy it. You'll be trying to make it something that it's not. You will self-sabotage. So your intuition is not bringing you to the perfect person. Okay? Your intuition is leading to the person you need to have in front of you. And you got to stop putting your meaning on it. All right? So you meet a person, y'all have a beautiful conversation, and you go, I want this forever. But that person wasn't there forever. That person was there to help stir up something inside of you, help you realize a part of you that you didn't realize was there before, help you to love more deeply, or help you to see yourself more deeply. That's what that person came to do, but you wanted to cling, and then you feel like you made a mistake. The only mistake, if there is a mistake, and there isn't, but if you like that word, the only mistake is not learning the universal law so that you can perceive that properly. We want to cling to goodness. because it feels so good. But we have to have a steady, healthy regimen of receiving and releasing, not detaching, not being emotionally unavailable, no, but being bold enough to connect emotionally when your soul connects. When your soul connects, you're bold to connect, regardless of the outcome. I was built for that. Now, if my soul is telling me something about this is not in alignment, something about the way you're going about this isn't quite right, I can readjust. But it's not going to cause me to hold back, right? Because I understand that where my soul is directing me, I need it. And it might not be forever. It might not be for one day. It might not be for 3 months. I don't know. I'm not detaching from people. I'm detaching from the outcome. I don't need the outcome to be forever. I don't need the outcome to be one day. I don't need the person to do what I want them to do. I just need them to be who they are, right? I just need people to be who they are and be true to themselves and do only what they want to do, because I'm going to do only what I want to do. And contrary to what people believe, you could exist in happiness like that, because you're allowing yourself to be understood instead of doing things that are unnatural to you. Now you're allowing yourself to be known. You can't know me if I'm excessively concerned about what you want and putting my needs on the back burner. Be your authentic self. Yes. So, Deshaun, I saw you were asking what's the topic. It's awareness. Contracted and expanded awareness. All right? So that's all I got for today. I got to go. But I love y'all. Y'all know I do, right? And, you know, we roll like this. We come in, we talk about deep topics, we laugh, and then we go out and execute it. You were born for uncertainty. So the next time something happens and you don't know what to think, what to feel, what's going to happen, I want you to breathe. I love you too, Shauna. I want you to breathe and go, okay, I was built for this. Now, what do I need to see that I don't already see? I love you too, Corny Late Bloomer. Living. Hey, I'm glad you were here. What do I need to see? Love to you, Stephanie. Flirty Diana, you're so welcome. What do I need to see that I don't already see? What universal law do I need to learn here? What universal law is in operation? Right? You too, Sway. Hey, James. What law is in operation? How can I operate within this law for the best outcome? How? How can I bring myself into a greater sense of peace while coming into a new truth? What am I clinging to that I need to let go of? And why am I clinging to it? What illusion is in there causing me to cling? Why am I letting go of things that I really want? Why am I not going boldly forward in it? People do that too. They really want something and they will not go forward. And I'm not talking about wisdom. I'm talking about stuff that they need to be doing. You were built for the unknown. And what if it doesn't work? It doesn't work. Try again. You take the risk. It's a risk that doesn't end up the way that you wanted it to. Okay? Regroup. Learn a lesson. Try again. All right, y'all. VeronicaMarie.com. And I'll see y'all later.